The invention of the steam-powered printing press made it possible to mass-produce books and papers. The price of books dropped by about 2/3. Suddenly, illiterate urban factory workers were now able to purchase books and teach themselves how to read. Authors such as Charles Dickens benefited from the invention of the printing press. Dickens wrote his books in sections, and every month a new piece would be released to the public. Dickens's book brought people together, creating relationships among workers. These new face-to-face interactions resulted in a shift of how ideas were spread. Originally, only the affluent had any authority, and although the lower class outnumbered the upper, the working class had essentially no power because they were illiterate. The printing press changed this. As the working class became smarter, they began to question society. They began to wonder why they were working 12-hour days, making next to nothing, while the rich seemed to do hardly anything but had ample amounts of money to buy clothes and books. Steam power made the production of such things faster and cheaper, causing society to change. A middle class began to emerge, and the economy started to grow rapidly. Labor laws were passed, and working unions were created. The printing press promoted the growth of capital and allowed businesses to grow. Information accumulation became cheaper, and businesses started keeping detailed bookkeeping records. The printing press improved literacy rates and brought about social and economic change, making it one of the most revolutionary inventions in human history.
In 2012, Elliot Holt popularized Twitter fiction. For her opening sentence, she tweeted, "On November 28th at 10:13 p.m. EST, a woman identified as Miranda Brown, 44, of Brooklyn, fell to her death from the roof of a Manhattan hotel." From there, she contributed as other characters from different Twitter accounts, and quickly, her Twitter fiction gained popularity. Shortly after Holt's publication, The New Yorker commissioned Pulitzer Prize-winning author Jennifer Egan to produce a series called Black Box on Twitter. Over the span of 2 weeks, Egan posted installments of the short story and 600 individual tweets. Every night at 8 p.m., Twitter users could tune in to read the next set. But it didn't stop there, and the Twitterary presence continues today, even with nonfiction. An account for World War II in which an historical event is posted every day as if it were happening in real time. And author Teju Cole gets clever in posting his literary take on the day's news, his brand of journalism.
Yoko Ono is a Japanese artist and a peace activist. She's also recognized for her work on the avant-garde art, along with music and filmmaking. Yoko Ono is recognized as one of the two artists on a recent article written by The Guardian regarding individuals who have put a spin on their use of Twitter by adding an artistic vibe to it. Yoko Ono's tweets are described as its own mini-performance, starring a warm, fuzzy message of love and optimism. Blissed out, art, hippie vibes. You are water, I'm water, we're all water in different containers. That is why it's so easy to meet. Someday we will evaporate together, is one of Yoko's recent tweets. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook may come across as a waste of time and completely useless, especially when we see a picture tweeted of the meal we just ate or our last Starbucks cups. But such tweets overshadow the beauty of social media and its potential to be used as an artistic device. As demonstrated by people like Yoko Ono, Jennifer Egan, and Elliot Holt, who utilizes technology to promote art and literacy, which, despite the radical difference in technology, is not so dissimilar to Charles Dickens.